Hey guys, this is the Prince of Macedon, and I'm doing a retro commentary video on the Grassy Flatlands fought on winter weather conditions. This is a Germania versus Thrace battle. I'm in command of Germania, and peepingTOM is in command of the Thracians. Let's look at his army first. peepingTOM has 2 militia cavalry. They're spread out on both wings here on his army. Then he has 6 upgraded archers. And they are backed by 9 units of heavily upgraded Phalanx pikemen. He's rushing forward right now. Now let's look at my army. This is my famous Germania army. I invented this for the Germans to make them more deadly, because they're kind of a crap faction. It's composed of just heavy cavalry and foot archers. This particular army is composed of 6 units of chosen archer warbands and 4 squadrons of Gothic cavalry. Anyways, he's harassing both of my wings here with his militia cav, and I'm keeping my Gothic cavalry nearby to ward off a charge. I have to keep my archers safe because they are the most important part of this army. Well, actually, they're 50-50 important. It's pretty much a 50-50 army. My cavalry is important, so is my archers, but without either of those, then the whole army withers away. Anyways, this is a very micro-intensive army. You have to go in for quick raids against the enemy's archers, and you have to micro your archers so that they don't get caught by the enemy's infantry or cavalry. There's all kinds of things here, all kinds of fragile issues you have to deal with when you're using this kind of army. So you have to have really good micro, otherwise you die. So that's happening on that wing, and on this wing I'm chasing his Jav cavalry. I call him Jav Cav, that's short for Javelin Cavalry. It's a lot easier to say than Militia Cavalry all the time. So anyways, I was able to create a target of opportunity with my cavalry here. By constantly shifting around, I opened this up for an attack. I didn't attack there, but it's important that I made that target open up. This is open right here. I can attack them if I want to. But you gotta attack on both wings so that you can complicate the enemy's micromanagement. So I was able to attack these archers right here. That's because I kept both of his wings busy. By doing so, I kept his attention divided. So basically, you have to out-micro your opponent here. Anyways, my opponent went for his own little attack here. They went so far forward that by turning back, they would have gotten destroyed. And just then, you can see them, they're trying to turn back. But I was able to isolate them and encircle them and destroy them. That was one Phalanx pikeman. And that will be a burden lifted for me. He got caught out with a micro mistake there. He came in with his Jav Cav into my heavy cavalry. And that would favor my cavalry, of course. And now I was able to take out those archers that I left open earlier. So you have to create targets, and you have to exploit those targets. Now he's pushing forward with his Phalanx pikemen. He's trying to catch my foot archers. Because he has so many Phalanx pikemen, this can be really tough for me to deal with. But right now it's a contest of who can micro his troops better, and who can stay organized better. Like, if he gets carried away, then some of his pikemen could get isolated, and that will let my cavalry encircle them and destroy them. But if he stays organized, then I'm screwed. Over on this side, he caught some of my foot archers here with his Jav Cav. So he took out that component. And he's chasing these guys. And they're almost to the border there, so they're screwed here, those guys. Back in the day, peepingTOM wasn't part of the clan. I think nowadays he is, but before he wasn't. So I had a lot of respect for him because he didn't feel the need to join a clan to play this game online. Anyways, this unit got isolated here. I went for attack, but my attack came kind of late, so they ran into the front of his Phalanx pikemen. Sometimes his pikes would have routed, but in that case they didn't route, and that was bad for me. So I just lost like 50% of that Gothic cavalry squadron right there. But hopefully they rally back. So here's what the situation looks like. I'm keeping some of my my cavalry back here in reserve, also to keep his attention divided. But I'm looking for targets with my cavalry. Like, for instance, some of his archers might stop routing, and I could deal with them. Or I can deal with Phalanx pikemen if they keep their backs turned to me. But yeah, you have to be microwing this army really well. So I'm going to stop recording here, and I'll start recording again in a few minutes here. Like, I wanted to keep his phalanx separated, but now they're getting reorganized, so that's bad for me. So I have to keep jockeying for position here. So I'm going to stop recording now. So he reformed this line here, but one of his phalanx pikemen from earlier, they let themselves get isolated, so now he's running for the corner here. So now I'm going to cut off his retreat to the corner before he gets there. So I was able to isolate that unit and destroy it. If it got to this corner here, then I would have been in trouble. Because you can't really outflank a unit that gets this border camp here. So I'll stop recording here, I believe. And I'll start recording in a minute. So here my opponent's running to the side now. I lost more horses. And I lost my other chosen archer warband, so I'm only down to 4 cavalry squadrons, and he has 6. Yes, 6 phalanx pikemen and 1. No, I'm sorry, he has 7 phalanx pikemen versus my 4 Gothic cavalry. Oh, here's my foot archer unit. There it is. So I'm gonna try to disorganize this phalanx again, but this attack's pretty futile. Alright, so my opponent ran to the corner there. I tried to cut him off. And here I am taking... I took out 1 phalanx pike unit, which was good. And while I wasn't recording, I was able to take out his general unit as well. So I was able to do some damage here to his phalanx line. Now he's trying to reorganize here. I have to try to stop this from happening. Looks like he's down to 4 phalanx pikemen now, and I'm down to 4 heavily depleted Gothic cavalry and 1 foot archer unit. And I just routed another phalanx pike unit, so now he's down to 3 phalanx pikemen. So he's trying to scoot back to the border there, and I'm trying to prevent him from doing that. If he does that, I'm screwed. And actually, I think my opponent does get to the border there. Yes, he does. He actually does get to the border a little bit. So that's going to make encirclement a lot tougher now. I have 1 chosen archer warband over here. They're almost out of arrows. So I'm going in for another strike here. Actually, that was a feigned attack. I was trying to keep his guys disorganized. Trying to create a gap here for my cavalry to exploit. By the way, this is a no-rules battle. That's why my opponent's going to the border here, and that's why my opponent had so many phalanx pikemen, because it was a no-rules battle. Alright, here's the situation now. I think my opponent got fed up with me waiting to strategize, so he's going to come forward here. He's going to try to force the issue on me, and I'm going to oblige him. I'm going to charge forward my archers. Now I'm going to strike from all sides here. I went for the psychological blow. That was kind of a gamble on my part, because you can see his troops routing, but they don't always route there.
Your warriors have driven off the enemy.
So that was a very close battle. I screwed up by not protecting my archers well enough, and I made some screwed up cavalry attacks. Alright, that was an average victory for me. I had 1,510 kills, with 223 men surviving. peepingTOM killed 564 of my men, and he had 156 men surviving. Anyways, good game to peepingTOM. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle.